Don't worry, still making music. Hi, I'm Victoria, better known as Veela, but you can just call me V. I've been a professional singer on the internet for almost 15 years. I'm also a wife, a mom, I have a dog named Lulu, and I turned 30 years old this year. Happy birthday to me. If you've been following me for a long time, first of all, thank you. I've really enjoyed growing up together throughout the years, and I trust that we've matured enough to have the conversation in this video. You may be wondering why in this video I'm speaking in a completely different voice than I usually do, and why I look so different. And that's what I want to discuss today. Quick disclaimer and trigger warning for assault and stalking. If those are not things you want to hear about, please click away now and protect your mental health. I posted my first song on YouTube about 13 years ago after doing my Veela act locally in my hometown as a DJ and singer. At that time, I was navigating a predatory world that I was quite unfamiliar with as a teenager that would later impact my decisions for the next 10 years. During that time, I was faced with everything from workplace inequality to physical and sexual assault, and I persevered with the goal of having my music career take off. But it left me with a deep sense of distrust in both my colleagues and music listeners as a whole. I made the decision to stop DJing after a few bad encounters and dangerous situations when I was 18. By this point, I was already trying my hand at music production, and I'd realized that I enjoyed singing for my friends' songs too as a featured vocalist. Once I released a few songs as a vocalist, I began getting emails from all around the world to collaborate, and that snowballed into my career today. I had already been doing the wig and the voice back when I started the Veela thing in 2007. This was as far back as DJing high school dances in my costume, but when I started posting music online more regularly, I needed to be consistent about what I wanted my brand to look like online and how I wanted to present to the world. I had enough confidence in my abilities to believe that I would gain a good following, so my main concern was my privacy. My original idea for Veela in my teenage brain was that the viewer would know that I was doing a character. But when asked, Veela wouldn't know anything about me, Victoria. She would be some sort of supernatural being sent to Earth to learn about humans' love of music and art. You can see this vibe in works as late as My Enemy, where I'm pretty literal with this in my lyrics. Super fantastical and keeping up with the fantasy themes that I still enjoy today and often write about. I did a few interviews in this format and they felt weird and clunky, so I let that idea slide, and from then on only allowed people to see me in my costume online. I kept the Veela look with the purple hair, the heavy makeup. I added an ambiguous accent. I am French, but as you can see, I speak with a Canadian accent. To me, this seemed like a great system because as my popularity skyrocketed in 2011 after me and Black Mill's song Let It Be, my anonymity was maintained in my daily life as long as I wasn't in costume. This was important because around this time, the internet creeps came out in full swing. I began getting the constant weirdness that I still experience to this day, except now my manager filters through everything for me. Thanks, Craig. To give you some examples, I would frequently get emails from confused men thinking that they were in online relationships with Veela, only to be told by me that that wasn't the case and that I was being impersonated. Or people doing invasive deep dives trying to figure out what I looked like without makeup, only to then call me an ugly liar once they found pictures of me with a bare face. The worst and the most life-altering ones, though, were the blatant stalkers and the men who were convinced that we were cosmically aligned and meant to be together. It was only a matter of time. I'm not sure if it's because of my vague lyrical content that can be interpreted in many ways, but I get so many people who become obsessed with this idea that we are meant to be together and it's written in the universe, enough so that they act in really dangerous ways. I began to have people stalking me both online and in real life. I had somebody follow me onto public transit carrying a katana after messaging me an hour prior telling me that he was my Sephiroth. This person was later stopped by authorities after I escaped. I wasn't even dressed as Veela at all during that encounter. I had somebody else tell me that I should not perform at Liquidity Festival because something bad would happen. This person later told me in an email that I belonged in their sauna to be kept as a toy. All of this to say that clearly my attempts at keeping my identity private to protect myself didn't matter when the predators were motivated enough by their parasocial relationship with Veela. I've lived in fear for over a decade that one day somebody will be delusional enough to come to my home and harm me or my family. The examples I've shared are just scratching the surface. I'm not super comfortable sharing lots of details because I don't want to empower the people who have psychologically tormented me. I've struggled with what course of action to take about this for years now. I thought that maybe I should just quit and pursue one of my many other interests, but for some reason this just felt like the easy way out. Besides, I'm an artist and I love to make songs. That's just what I do, and I can't really stop. I don't want to let anybody take that away from me. So I ultimately decided that I will continue to do music, but ditch the persona to reduce the allure and mystery surrounding a woman that doesn't exist. Another facet of this is that I no longer enjoy doing the costume. It used to be fun when I was a teenager and I was experimenting, but now it feels that I have to be made up in order to create any kind of content. And this prevents me from making as much stuff as I'd like for you guys. It takes me like a good hour to get fully done up if I'm speed running the process, and that eats into streaming time and production time and recording time. Furthermore, throwing my voice and accent feels bad on my vocal cords and has been negatively impacting my singing. My main priority is not to look beautiful. It's to create music for you to enjoy. So I want to alter my online presence to better reflect that. In truth, not much will change for you all. I'm still going to keep the Veela look as my brand with the purple hair and the makeup, etc. However, I will no longer be doing the voice or the accent. You'll be seeing more of me out of costume in the studio, which is something I was apprehensive about doing before because honestly, the thought of wearing my uncomfortable wig in the studio makes me gag. So I hope you can enjoy my look and costume for what it is, just a fun costume that I put on for entertainment. Moving forward, I will be streaming regularly on Twitch 2 to 3 days a week, mostly chill come to work with me style streams. And if you're interested in seeing more of me just like this as I am and learning more about me, maybe you're somebody who's interested in makeup and lifestyle a little bit, I'm going to be reviving my old style channel and doing makeup reviews and just fun, chill lifestyle stuff over there. So I will leave the link for both my Twitch and that second channel in the description below. Wow, this video is really hard for me to get through. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate your lovely support and curiosity, and I can't wait to make more songs for you to enjoy for the years to come. I'm looking forward to chatting with you all in the comment section. Until then, see you soon.